In today's video, I'm going to discuss about the very important term that we are calling it as strain. Before that, let us discuss about the deformation. So what is exactly the deformation? So if I consider a bar of length L, okay, and one side it is fixed and other side is free. So L, we will take L as the initial length. It is initial length, and then when I put a load of magnitude F, okay, at the free end, and you know that it is a tensile force, definitely there will be an increase in the length. Whenever we have a tensile force, there is a change in the length that will be increased. Okay, so there is, after the application of the load, there is small amount of the length will be increased, that is delta L. So this delta L is the change in the length, change in length. So in the last video I told you to take the tensile force or tensile stress as positive, and compressive force as or compressive stress as negative. Why? Because in the case of the tensile force, there will be increase in the length. So for that reason we are taking the stress as positive, and in the case of compressive force or compressive stress, the length is decreased. For that reason there will be a sign of negative. And then the important term that we are going to discuss today is the strain. The strain is denoted by the letter epsilon. It is denoted by the epsilon. Strain will give the relation between the change in the length to the initial length. So it is giving a relation between these two terms. Initially, the general description about the strain is we will define like this. Strain is equal to, so first it is a ratio of change in dimensions, whatever the dimension we have, dimensions to the original dimensions, or you can call actual dimensions. So this strain, it is also having a name of linear strain. It is also given a name as linear strain. This linear strain is, once again, it is defined as, it is same, it is that change in length, change in the length to the initial length or actual length, change in the length to the initial length. So what I told you, that the strain, it can be named once again as the linear strain, or it can be named as the longitudinal strain. So another name, it is longitudinal. This will give the description of the change that will happen along the length of the bar. So the next law that I am going to discuss is Hooke's law. Hooke's law, it is giving a relation between the sigma and epsilon, that is stress and the strain. So what it states, that sigma, that is stress, is directly proportional to the strain. Stress is directly proportional to the strain. It is within the elastic limit. Okay, this we will discuss. What is this elastic limit, we will discuss later. Only we are focusing on Hooke's law. So sigma, if I remove this proportionality constant, So this will be replaced with a constant or with a term. It is not a constant, it is a term E. Okay, this E is known as Young's modulus. It is known as Young's modulus. Very, very important term. This will be defined. So this value of the E or Young's modulus, it can be calculated using stress and strain diagram. That we will discuss later. Okay. Then if I take, or the another name of this Young's modulus is modulus of elasticity. Elasticity. So it is represented by the letter E. So let us check what are the units. That is very, very important. So E. So what is the unit of sigma? It is Newton per mm square. And then E, I want to know the unit of E. So what about the epsilon? Epsilon, see here, there will be change in the length. It should be in terms of mm, and the initial length will be in terms of mm. So both will get cancelled. There will be no unit for the epsilon. Epsilon having no unit, and it is a dimensionless parameter. So definitely the unit is not given for this E epsilon. Definitely E, that is Young's modulus, having a unit of Newton per mm square. The unit of E, that is Young's modulus, is Newton per mm square. Once again I will take the same equation. Epsilon is equal to E into, sigma is equal to E into epsilon. So what is sigma? Sigma is force divided by the area, keeping the E as it is. It is what? Change in the length to the initial length, that is delta L by the original length. So from this Hooke's law, we will get a formula for change in the length. So this Hooke's law is used to find out what is the change that is happening in the length. So from that, it is, I will take this, I will write this equation or the formula in the find out what is delta L, that is FL divided by AE. This is the formula to find out the change in the length, FL by A.